Garden Crossings. I'm Heidi and this is Rod, and today we're going to do a behind the scenes grower talk with Rod about the Proven Winners Eco Pot. Rod, what can you tell us about this new pot?
This is a pot that Proven Winners created that's from plant-based material, like plant-based starches, corn, switchgrass, sugar beets. And there's no petroleum in this pot, so it's not a plastic pot. Our industry uses way too much plastic. It's Proven Winners' way of trying to create that eco-friendly, or that green pot, if you want to call it that. There's been a number of companies that have tried going with that, but the shelf life on a pot that's cocoa fiber or anything is somewhat small. But the benefits of this pot is, one thing, you can plant it like you normally do. When you go to plant, take your plant out, put it in the ground, throw this in your compost bin, either your compost pile in the backyard, compost bin that the local trash pickup takes, or it can even go to landfill. It will decompose a lot quicker than normal plastic, obviously will. We're guessing the decomposure is going to be around 3 or 4 years. It depends on how many times this pot is crushed and
soil,
tilled, and
water, sunlight.
There's a bunch of things that come into it, but the benefits obviously is there's tabs on the side that you snap off, and you can either do that, or even what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pop the whole bottom off. That will allow, and then plant this. That will allow the roots from the plant to grow into the soil and root out quickly. And then you leave this in your soil. Now this, as it breaks down, adds nutrients to the soil around the plant, which is beneficial, but not yet replacing fertilizers.
No, you'll still want to fertilize like in your baskets or containers every weekly, knowing you'll only do it probably every other week. And in the ground, how often? Because I mean, in the ground we don't fertilize quite as much as in the containers. Every
couple weeks. I mean, in the ground I use more of a slow release fertilizer and do it once or twice a year.
Yeah.
But the idea for this is to, when you go dig in the ground next year, this pot is still the remains of this pot is still gonna be there. But you can till it up with a gas-powered rototiller, hand rototiller, and you can just see as I crack that up, you can break that up, and the more finer it's broken up, the more it's going to decompose faster and add nutrients to the soil. So it's Proven Winners' way of trying to take the plastic out of this industry and yet be earth-friendly, and yet still allow the grower to have some sort of shelf life on this plant, because we want to make sure that our petunias aren't growing on our benches because they're not in the pot anymore. The pot has rotted off, or making a mess of your car as you're taking away from the garden center. We want to get it to your house, into the ground, and go from there, and hopefully it all works out the way they have planned. And we want your feedback. Tell us what you think. Everything we ship this year in the annual side of things and Proven Winter Vegetables is going to be in this pot.
Yep.
Tell us what you did with it. Did you pop it out, throw it in the compost, throw it in the trash? We want to know. We want to take
Did you plant it right in the ground?
We want to take this feedback back to Proven Winners. And this is only the beginning. Who knows what this pot looks like in the next 5 or 10 years down the road. But it's their goal, our goal, to try to get less plastic in this industry.
Yeah. And the trials we did last year, we did trials in our garden and we did trials in our planter, and they worked great for us. Planting that pot right into the soil, our plants did great. So
maybe why we keep going back and forth to plant the pot. It's all one now, right?
Right.
I mean,
plant pot.
I had a problem with it. You had a problem with it. It's all one. You just plant it all and you walk away.
One and done, right?
One and done.
So yeah, we've had great success with it. In the greenhouse, growing in it, we had things. They grew well in the greenhouse.
They did.
So yeah, we went from our little trial last year to full on this year. So we believe in this product. We're happy so far with what we've seen in our experience. And like Rod said, we'll value any information that you have with your experience with this plant, good or bad, because that's valuable and helpful for the future of where these products go. I'm Heidi, and this is Rod from Garden Crossings.